All right, very good evening to you. Thanks for staying with us and for being patient. You know how it is. Sometimes, you have data issues, you have, electricity issues and all that. But we're here. And indeed, some of you have already been commenting on our Facebook. The first stream we started before we had to end the stream to start it again because of some technical issues. So I want to welcome you to Late Night Talk. My name is Kofi Bartels. Our guest is already on.
Rivers people, good evening to Nigerians, and of course, good evening to all citizens of the world. Because we're on Facebook Live, and it's very possible that people all over the world are watching.
Yes,
I want to say that you should obey all government regulations.
Yes.
And of course, sit at home. Whatever protestation or whatever disagreement you have with government, I will advise that you obey government directives and maybe protest within that directive. For instance, if you want to protest or you want to do it inside your house, don't come outside. If government say don't come outside, obey social distance. Okay,
I didn't know we're going to go there. But Enefa, it seems it's your picture that is going viral. But before we get to that, I would like to welcome those who are watching us on Facebook Live and on a YouTube Live as well. I want to say good evening to our audience and thanks for your time. It's quite on a sad and somber note. We're here because a policewoman was killed in the ENEKA axis of River State. And the River State Police Command have released a statement. The Police Public Relations Officer of River State, because he has given an account of what happened, and that is the account that we would like to. This is what it says, a press release. Death of a woman sergeant. It says the River State Police Command regrets to announce the death of Sergeant Lovinda Elekwachi, who until her untimely death was serving at the ENEKA division and was posted to the ENEKA roundabout on traffic duties. The late woman sergeant was shot while controlling traffic by Sergeant Beatrice Osaya, attached to the operations department of the command. Meanwhile, the sergeant, who is said to be attached to the River State Task Force on Decongestion, has been arrested, disarmed, and undergoing orderly room trial. And if I'm having to laugh. This is a somber time because of the fact that this innocent policewoman has died. But I'm laughing because of the fact that today, he's undergoing orderly room trial. Says 2 other members of the task force have also been arrested and are being questioned. The Hilux vehicle belonging to the task force has been impounded and the corpse of the woman sergeant deposited in the mortuary. The police commissioner CP Joseph G. Mukan, PSC Plus, has ordered the investigation into the matter with a view to unraveling the circumstances that led to a death, and has appealed for calm pending the outcome of the investigation, promising that the interests of justice will be served in the circumstances. Enefa, your reaction to this?
Yeah. I think first, 2 key things, 2 key words are that was mentioned by the Commissioner of Police, I think, earlier today, and what you mentioned in course of introducing this matter. The first is that the Commissioner of Police did say that he's going to defend the human rights of citizens. In fact, it was stressed.
He told you.
Yeah. No, I mean, you hardly see there are certain words that are not known to certain organizations.
Okay.
You understand? What you hear is that we are going to fight crime and criminality to stand still, compared to the police.
Yeah.
Those are the words, that is unknown to our armed forces and of course the police. But specifically, as a way of maybe responding to what happened to his predecessor and how there was a lot of fireworks, even to the extent of saying that his predecessor should leave. So I think that is responding to that. Another key word again that you just used now was a room trial. Kofi Bartels, are you aware that you are beaten mercilessly, and even though it was not immediate, But after several back and forth campaign from our organization and of course other well-meaning citizens all over the world, the police set up an ordinary room trial. I don't need to tell, the fact speaks for itself. Up till today, we have seen nothing out of that of the room trial, especially because why I'm even more worried that it is coming from a police PPRO that historically I'd say certain things that made the public to have certain level of doubt in whatever it is. We have demanded for certain things that we haven't seen. Now, on the issue of this woman, the new commissioner of police haven't said that he's going to defend human rights. Which is constitutional duty anyway. We shouldn't celebrate it. In this part of the world, we have a way of celebrating people who do their work. But even though we have commended, that it's not new to this, it's new to that organization. We're stressing it, in a press briefing. I think that we have saluted that comment.
Okay. So Enefa, please, I'd like you were at the scene of the of this incident today in ENEKA. Am I correct?
Yeah, very well.
Okay. When you arrived there,
question you asked me.
Yes.
Based on what has happened, the commissioner of police, the current commissioner of police, have an equivalent tax before him. Equivalent tax because we have a case of Chima Ikunadu that is still unresolved. The former commissioner of police, who is very quick to display and talk to Rivers people on, when he kills one person or thereabouts, was very slow for months. Was unable to address Rivers people. Before he had left Nigeria, because we had an equivalent tax. We have a situation where we have a situation where human rights abuses are recorded within this COVID-19 period, and of course we are aware that we set up Rivers Civil Society COVID-19 monitoring team, which is going to update. So it has a lot of equivalent tax to before him.
Okay,
and we are going to make sure
that before we go on,
on the issue.
Yes, thank you.
You want to ask a question on the issue?
Yes. What did you see when you got there?
Yeah. So on the issue before me, I got a call. I got a call from someone who said that a woman died somewhere around ENEKA, that market junction. Okay. So really, what I did was to see how I can later, immediately after that, go to that place. Surprisingly, even though I wasted some time before I even responded to the call, I wasted some time. Yeah, surprisingly, the cops were still there. People were gathered, not even observing social distancing and what have you. So what I now did was to immediately call. First of all, what I did was to ask what has happened. And when I asked, they told me that the woman was just doing her job. Supposedly she's stationed in that place. Of course, the police, I think has even confirmed that. So these tax force guys came in their usual way, and they started the rampage. This mini market, this small trader, and they were on rampage. And of course, this tax force thing is not just about those who were recruited by the governor. Okay. The tax force team consists of other people, especially policemen attached to this person. These persons are always with AK-47.
Okay, so this policeman attached to the River State. What did you see when you got there? Did you see the task force? Did you see market women? Did you see a crowd?
No, I didn't. But something happened.
Okay.
It seems that while we are going, people were talking about, and there was a van. There is this tax force van we met that with I think police van, passed us with drove past us with very high speed.
Okay.
You know that?
Okay.
So I was suspecting that possibly the time I wasted, those persons possibly may have reached where I was even coming from. So they said they got from the description. I didn't snap them because I never knew that they committed such an offense and was running away. You get my point. But they were on very high speed. In fact, people were even talking about it and all that. But when I get there, the cops was there. A lady of not too light skin, she was just lying. Of course, saw the picture. They are of you can't these days because of poverty and our looks. You can't get someone's age, but she will be within the range of say 35 to 45 thereabout. So immediately what we did was to ask people. So they now explained that they were on rampage. And while they were on rampage, the
Okay, hold on, Enefa. Is this women running and opening of fire? Did it happen whilst you were there or after you got there? I just want to be sure.
No, it has happened after. It has happened before I got there.
Okay, so this is what you were told.
Yes, I'm giving a second. I'm not giving the first hand. But I'm giving a second. But you know when you yes, even if it may not be totally true, if you want to know the truth about something, you ask a sample of say about 5, 6, 7 persons. When the stories seem to be similar, you understand? You seem to agree with the story. But again, it's still within the spectre of the police and media investigation. Because I think the police has even said something close to that. Now, but our worry in all of this is that, the Inspector General of Police, the General Police order was clear to the police.
Which of the orders from the Inspector General of Police?
That is what I want to mention. One of his orders, on COVID-19. On COVID-19, of course, what we are talking about is on COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, one of the, what's it called? One of the orders was that police should not only arrest high-profile cases and keep them.
Okay.
So this idea of packing people, even the funny thing is that even this idea of packing people and dumping them somewhere, I don't know where it is coming from.
Okay.
All over the world. All over the world. People, no police officer pack people. Because what is happening now is that, mind you, the law they are breaking is an executive order. It is not a conventional law. So the law should have a human face. That is the point I'm trying to.
Okay, Enefa, please hold your thought. Please hold your thought. Yeah. I would like to bring in those who are watching us online on YouTube and on Facebook at this point, so we can hear what they are saying. Good evening to Juliet Alex Mecha. Yebaye Daniel Wanatoy says the average policeman or woman is in a hurry to insult, beat, verbally abuse, and or kill a Nigerian for the fun of bragging. This is a reality. This is Nigeria. Train the police reforms. Honorable Oscar, good evening to you. Ogechikodoa, good evening to you. Benson Candy, good evening. Amadi Stanley Ezabon says, quick question. While screening applicants for the police job, do they check their mental state? How come we have so much trigger-happy officers in the Nigeria police force? Victor Okoro says, nice job. Thank you very much, Victor. Akanto, good evening to you. Hussein Adam says, why was a gun cocked? I think it's when the officer wants to use the gun that it will be cocked and then fired. I think there's something amiss here. Now that one of their own is involved, we see how they are treating this incident. Watching you from Accra, Ghana. Oh, Hussein Adams, thank you very much for your time. Nice to know you are there. This is a very important question. Why was the gun cocked? Now, we have to treat this question. Enefa, you're saying that there were market women at ENEKA at the point where ENEKA Junction, where the task force got there, and that they started chasing the people away, and as the women were running away.
That's what I mean, chase. I'm talking about trying to apprehend and arrest.
Okay.
They are chasing them away, like what you see in Europe and all that.
Okay.
Even in Europe, people see.
Just hold your thought, Enefa. So you're saying they were trying to arrest them and they were chasing after them, and you're saying that the police opened fire. That's the first-hand information I got from people who were witnesses. You can. It's not difficult. Just at that market at ENEKA, people who have stores there will tell you. People passers-by must have left. People who have stores there, people who are very sympathetic with the woman, who tell you it's not something that is. Okay, so Enefa, who is in Accra, Ghana, watching us right now, is saying, why was the gun cocked?
First and foremost, my brother from Accra, Ghana, you have raised a very salient point. But you see, that one itself is even secondary to the question that we have been posing. My civil society coalition, the River Civil Society Organization, have said severally that there is even no basis to even carry this gun. Nigerians naturally fear police. Even where you carry it, use rubber bullets. And again, what is the rationale of even arresting people are trying to avoid, assuming that one person in that crowd has it, helping them there is not encouraged, because the reason why they were arrested was because they were encouraging physical distance. Is it not true? So that's why I say that when we say these things, unfortunately, we attack opposition, civil society, but we are used to those names. When we attack the opposition too, we are said we are called PDP members, but it's not our problem. But the truth of the matter is that this law should have a human face. Beyond the fines, beyond these things, this law should have a human face. Knowing fully well that someone who had lived 40 years, 45 years, going out on the daily. All of a sudden, because of pandemic, we agree, you try to solve the problem, you're not killing at a place. You should expect that there will be this tendency of trying to violate. That is why all over the world, they make sure that they don't arrest people. I said people they arrest are principal persons, for example, like pastors. If they don't do churches, if the pastor go ahead to call his congregation, several videos about, I don't need to tell you, they'll flog all the members back to their houses, and with rubber, you even see it, rubber and what have you. The worst case we have even seen, that is even in African countries, even a stick. But that is even they chase them to their house. You now arrest them, lump them together, the same thing that you are trying to avoid. So what are you trying to solve? So for us and our coalition, we want to say that the governor, I have said it in your program the last time, that I give it to him. He has shown boldness. He has shown willingness to solve this problem. But you say beyond the boldness and willingness, what is really the palliative? Don't ask these questions. We are all over of things.
So you are saying that you're looking out to see the effect of the palliatives on the lives of the people. Some person who spoke on this issue is a friend of mine. Recently said he mentioned specifically the task force. He was on Nigeria Info FM sometime last week. His name is Chiga Chieke, and he says one of the ways to make sure people do not suffer so much as a result of the lockdown or shut of markets is to make sure they suspend activities of the task force. What's your view on the use of this group called Task Force on Decongestion and their activities since inception, and then the relationship between task forces, in River State and the police? We've heard stories of people who've been, picked up, their cars taken from them by force, car keys taken from them for some car paper or whatever, with policemen in tow. So this operation by policemen, is it right for policemen to be going after people with task force and the way they operate?
It is first and foremost, we must give it to the government at all levels. That this pandemic took us by surprise. We are not used to this kind of pandemic. What happens is sometimes, even when Lassa, in recent years anyway, when Lassa and others happen, just maybe a state, 3, 4, 5 states, in Australia, 3 points like Lagos, Abuja. You get my point. They do who are fond of traveling and all that. So I give it to them. But however, the pandemic too have exposed the failure of the Nigerian regime at all levels. Whether they accept it or whether they don't accept it, they have exposed their failure. A country that has drilled their crude oil for the past 60 years, or more, let me not give a word because I must check my books now. But let's say at most 50 years, at least 50 years, cannot feed that people. Cannot feed that people. It's shameful. And I'm talking about government at all levels here. So a government who has morally not feed these people doesn't even have the moral right to even do what they are doing, even to the point of giving fine. See, the argument that they want to give it to the poorest of the poor is even laughable. Kofi Bartels. Nigerians are poor. There is only 5% rich people and a mammoth of very poor people. Even me and you that look like middle class, my brother. Me and you, if they lock us up to 3 months, Kofi Bartels, we will cry. We will cry. So what Europe did was they look at, because they have data, they have everything. Or they even, in fact, the worst thing is they not even data. This execution are even done on dusted. I had a friend who came to Europe before this shutdown was telling me that even when he's here, even though he's not around, his neighbors are telling that they are bringing food for him. So that means that even the issue of data thing, maybe they may even say as to avoid wahala, maybe our data they fail us. You don't understand? They provide what's it called, food from that someone who came from when he said it. So what I'm saying, that is the point. So it's like fine when you are feeling on your own part. It's possible. We really know this video to tell the federal government to release some money to the different tiers of government. And the state government should stop crying. These people have so much money in their disposal, especially our state, Rivers State.
Okay, and Enefa, so
on the issue of the link, I think I have tried to scratch for me, to be fair to the state government. I have said that before, that our laws need to be revisited. Our physical federalism needs to be revisited. So to be fair to the governor, for him to enforce and assert his power, because that is what we like here. We think that policing is just about controlling police. Anytime police support you, police is good. Anytime police doesn't support you, police is bad. Now that is the kind of policing we think. We don't know that even organizing society in a way that crime will not happen is policing. We don't know that. But let's even agree with him that yes, he cannot enforce because he cannot control the apparatus and the apparatus of man and material in the police force. That is why it is now necessary for this task force. But the only one is this extreme fine.
Okay.
We are talking about the people dying of hunger. I said dying of hunger. People. See, for here I would think that dying means to just fall down and die. See, after this pandemic, the kind of people that will have us,
okay.
After this pandemic, the kind of people.
All right, and Enefa, please hold the thought. Enefa, please hold the thought. Let's just get some messages in, and then we'll come back to you. Very, very interesting conversation so far with you. We have another message here. Okay, Hussein, I think we've read your message. Maestro George Archangel says the police academy or cadet needs to be functional for us to have or get at least an average people who are fit to be belong to the police. All right, Maestro, thanks for your time. Gloria Ogan, good evening to you. Gloria says, what really happened? Where was there an altercation between herself and her colleagues? Okay, so Gloria, this is what happened. We're told, according to the police public relations officer who's released a statement on behalf of the police in Rivers State, they're saying that task force on the congestion, the Rivers State task force went to ENEKA to arrest and disperse and arrest traders. And in the process, a gunshot was fired, and this stray bullet hit the policewoman who was controlling traffic in the area, and she died. And it's quite unfortunate. So that's what happened. Esther. Gloria, rather. Thank you very much, Gloria. Another one here says, this is very sad. How many dead body? Pastor Natos Harris says, very bad. Samuel Chujo says, oh, what a shame. Indeed, it really is a shame. This one is sent by Melodina Barry, says, it's so painful. Was she breastfeeding like they said? I don't know. We have to get more information. Enefa, do you have any information on whether she was breastfeeding?
I didn't, but our informal investigation that we did was that she's attached to the ENEKA police station.
Okay.
Her name is, I think, Lovinda.
Yes.
I couldn't get the second name.
Okay.
We are still shadow investigating. Of course, we have a civil society COVID-19 committee, so we have to be sure of the names because we have to report to the National Center for this process. So we have what we can give for now is that her name is Lovinda. Supposedly, she's from Isueche, and she's attached to ENEKA application. But I think by tomorrow we'll get clearer and get more information. Our people in Eche are doing a massive work now.
Okay. We have more messages coming through. Let's read more of them. Oh my, it's really sad one. This one is sent in by Juliet Alex Mecha. Juliet says, a police officer shooting fellow police officer is condemnable, barbaric, no matter what may have been the case. My question is, why do they carry loaded rifles about? Who is fighting with them? The government should address this issue about police officers killing here and there. It's pathetic. Thank you very much for your message, Juliet. Really sad indeed. Akanta Sako says, I suspect a serious mobbing between these officers. Okay, I'm trying to get what you mean. Juliet Ogechi says, good evening, Kofi. It wasn't a small thing today. I was there when the whole drama was going on. She says, trouble started when River State Task Force stepped down from their vehicles and started collecting things belonging to the traders forcefully. The focus was mainly on clothes, Kofi. If you see the way they were dragging the clothes from the sellers, one will conclude that they were just there to steal clothes. Oh my, oh my. It says the traders got angry and started throwing bottles at them. The police that was shot was pleading with them to leave them alone. But instead of the policeman or the policemen that were attached to the task force to caution them, one of them fired a gunshot in the air. That was how the stray bullet got to the police lead. Oh, so you're saying the police lead was pleading with the task force guys to leave the traders alone. My, oh my. And you were saying that whilst she was pleading with them, the policeman fired a gunshot into the air, and that's how the stray bullet hit the lady. It says our state is in kiosk. With what I saw today, we are in real trouble, or we're in for real trouble. I call for justice for that lady, man. So rest in peace. Another one here says, this is sent by Sobreko Taylor Harry, who says, tear gas is perhaps suitable to disperse roadside market traders, not live bullets. The policeman should be dealt with accordingly. Thank you very much for your contribution. Julia Brown. Julia, good evening to you. Julia says, I'm in ENEKA. The police officer was just a victim of circumstance. That policeman that shot the gun needs to be arrested, please. That innocent policewoman that died needs justice. People, there's she's crying there. Says people, most of police officers are just too quick to react because they gave them little opportunity. Now she's dead. What do you want, Oga police officer? And she's crying. Enefa,
yeah.
I mean, we can't continue like this. You know, we just can't continue like this. You know, the new police commissioner, as he's not even sat down well on the seat, and already we have this situation. You know,
if you remember, well, the same thing happened to Mustafa Dandara, the immediate past 6. Immediately he came in. That was the same day that members of Special Anti-Robbery Squad shot at in Bolu. You remember now?
Yes.
You know, so I think that we have, but I think there is a way forward. The way forward is that the state government should, and the federal agencies, specifically the police, should have to have a ground for collaboration. There should be clear court collaboration, because we are talking about a pandemic and we are talking about hunger that government cannot cure, federal government cannot cure, state government cannot cure. You get it. So whether you like it or not, those things will happen. We suggested what our civil society coalition suggested earlier was even that persons that will be part of this process should be trained. Even kids should be given. I don't even know the noise we make on radio and TV all the time. As I speak to you, most of these officers are not even well kitted. They are not protected. Most of them, even the tax force people, it's just most times when you see them is one or two, as if this tax force and the police have immunity. So I think that for me, while we encourage the federal government to send something to all the states, we don't have any excuse, including River State. We say that River State government have enough money to wither the storm. Therefore, the River State government should provide this kit. Beyond the talking, beyond the boldness, provide this kit. Train health officers. In those states, they even increase what's it called? What's it called? This work damage and I can't get the term now. They have increased it. You know, so the kind of things we want to. The kind of thing we think that there should be collaboration to provide a testing center here. We just say one case. How do you know? How do you know that Kofi, I don't have COVID-19? Okay, as I speak to you, I have malaria. Do you understand? Although malaria is only the symptom, there are other dry cough, I don't have that one. But I didn't even know I don't have. I have a family. You know, so these are issues. So areas of collaboration is clear, not wanting to always once the police work for you, the police is good. Once the police the police is bad. No. You know, and again, let me equally say here that for me, we didn't take very lightly. With due respect to His Excellency the Governor of for the statement he made that even if they put you there is complaining, you know, that you will collect bribe. That's enough. That's an encouragement. You know. So what the governor should do now? And again, there are Rivers elders. There are elders of this state. Where are they? There are names, everybody knows them. That is why we are even saying that of all the people that is close to Excellency, whether you agree or not, the Excellency is popular. Whether you like his popularity, whether you hate him, he's a popular governor. Even though his popularity is winning down, he's a popular governor.
Okay.
The caliber of men that knows him, that who are even in his party, but they are not party chairman. A lot of them are there. Why don't you use them? We have Osiji Okocha. We have a lot of people, great people. We have Justice Mayor. Even if they are PDP, you understand, they are not head of a particular political party. When we raise these issues, we are called a lot of names. I don't matter. But again, see, this pandemic, we are laughing with it. We ask very key questions. Where are the isolation center? All throughout the social media, what you even see the data boys post is the isolation center at ENEKA. That is the one that is. But when you ask, where is the one provided by the state government at LNT General Hospital?
Okay.
You will never see a picture.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not there.
Okay.
It is there. It may be there, but you cannot get one media person that will tell you that, okay. I have.
Okay.
So,
And Enefa, those are questions that are begging. Those are questions, Enefa, Georgewiil. Those are questions that are begging for answers. Before we go, the new CP has just come in. Like I said, you're sounding quite friendly in your submission this evening to, quite friendly. I don't know, to the CP. Or I would see it's not usual. I guess, Mr. Georgewiil, I guess you were giving him. It's sort of like a welcome. We're all here to work with you.
A benefit of doubt. The work of civil society is not always condemn. Sometimes when you see what these agencies have done, you salute it. For example, this idea of saying that when it is police, they will take action. My dear, yes, morally speaking, it is correct. But these police people are human beings.
Okay, so in that same spirit, would you say that the response of the police very quickly today is evidence of the willingness of this new CP to address all issues, or would you say that the police are just acting because a police woman is involved? Note, Enefa, note that several times over the past few years, people have been killed by bullets. We can go to the incident, in fact, the two incidents at Mpolo, one of which you were involved in and you landed in the hospital. We have an incident involving other taxi drivers in Port Harcourt. We have incidents involving Keke rider in Port Harcourt. Until today, nobody has paid for it. We have the story of Chimai Konadu. Now today, even my own case, though nobody was killed, but I was beaten, and that young man who was with,
are you not a citizen?
Okay, so I'm just trying to. So Enefa, move. I mean, what do you say of the fact? I know you've touched about it, but let's get back there. What do you say of the fact that today, no. A statement has been released by a good friend, DSP Nnamdi Moni, barrister, Esquire. They've already arrested the policeman, the sergeant involved, and the River State Task Force officials. They've already begun the orderly room trial today. Enefa, is this a new day for the police in River State, or are they just acting because a policewoman is involved?
Like I told you the last time, our organization is a very responsible organization.
Enefa, I don't need you to garnish this up, Enefa.
No, Kofi, hear me. I even lack the competence to even speak for the police.
I'm not saying you should speak for the police. I'm asking you, are they being partial? Are they acting because a policewoman is involved?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That if we had had the last CP being CP Dandaura, I would have told your line. Because there is evidence to show that he has behaved XYZ way.
Oh, so you're saying the new CP is a saint, is an angel?
No, I'm not saying so. I'm saying I don't know him. I don't have police data to get information about him. But like I told you, our style, the Rivers City State Declaration, foremost as say so, not partisan say so in Rivers. Of course, nobody can take that from us. We have been very critical, you know. So every side, be it federal, state, and even the police has been over. But right now, somebody has come. He has even mentioned that he will defend human rights, and the human rights of a citizen, whether police or not, has been infringed, and he took action. No problems. We will raise the other issues before him now. Chima's case is there. Several cases there. Recently, there is one that me and comrades were discussing. You were opportune to join us somewhere. You remember? And we are talking about. I don't know if you remember that we were discussing about a case, and you walked into the place, and you are saying, how come you have not had this thing that needs to be taken up? I say, don't worry, we'll take it up step by step. Now, my argument is that the taste of the pudding is in the eating. And we don't fall into the arena of speculation, just like I told you last time. He has come. The first thing that happened, the first major thing that has happened.
Enefa, I am asking you.
He has taken action.
Enefa Georgewiil, I'm just saying, Enefa Georgewiil, I'm not asking you to speculate. I'm just asking for your thought. This is clear. It's as clear as black and white. Lots of incidents in River State. Police have been slow to act. Some of them have gone unsolved. Nobody has been punished. We have a new CP, and a policewoman has been killed. And all of a sudden, today, the officer who is responsible for the killing of this policewoman is undergoing an orderly room trial. We're not hearing about we need to investigate, or we'll get back to you, or we're waiting for autopsy report. They're not waiting for any autopsy report here. What is going on, Enefa?
You cannot box me. And what I mean, you cannot box me. I agree you're doing your job. I agree with you're doing your job. But you see the issue. The issue is that we have a new sheriff in town. In our country, we have an elite society. If anything happens here, and if we give a reasonable time, and the government does not take action, who will blame the government? For instance, our organization has issued a statement, very short one on our platforms. And we have asked that the police should prosecute, do the needful. And we have called the government because the police people did not just act because they are made police people. They acted as a team of his task force. They're only calling him to address the people, possibly visit the woman, apologize, and of course, if need be, give pecuniary.
So are you saying that if it was a civilian? Sorry, Enefa, please. Are you insinuating though? You're saying if this killing, if there was a civilian on the receiving side, that today the policeman would have been behind bars? That today, less than 12 hours after the incident, the officer would have been undergoing orderly room trial? That today, a statement would have been released by the spokesman of the police in River State? You're saying if a civilian was on the receiving side, you are sure that that would be the case, Enefa Georgewiil?
Yes, I'm saying that if it were, I personally have lost confidence in the political round. I've made that public, even on national television, which your station that picked, which, me and you, we talked about several years. So I don't even need to start emphasizing and telling you about it. But I am saying that there is a new sheriff in town. That is what I'm pleading with Rivers people. Let us give him the benefit of doubt. If that man was here, you would have seen the language of our statement. But hey,
And if I ask you a simple question, I said if a civilian was at the other side of the barrel, would the response by the police have been this swift, this quick?
Well, like I said, I still insist, you cannot box me. We have not.
I'm not boxing you. It's a simple question, but you're finding it difficult to answer the question, Enefa.
I don't know him. How can I speak for someone I don't know? I have related to you for some time. I know there are certain things you can do and you cannot do. In fact, you understand? I can tell people anywhere that Kofi Bartels cannot watch injustice. Why? I know you. I don't know this man. And our government and our public institutions are all elitist in nature. So because if you watch the PPRO, you will refer that the CP said. So this is what the CP has said. We will give the CP other cases. He should say. If it does not say, we'll fire him. We'll put it on rapid. We'll put it on rapid. do not give credence to this your question. We will not say, these are what the people have been saying, Abi. Oh, you two are the same people. Okay, what are fine, but let us give him the benefit of doubt.
Okay.
Let's see.
Interesting. Let's get back to the messages. And if you're just joining us, we are bringing this program to you on a very sober note. A policewoman was today killed in ENEKA, River State, by a sergeant attached to the River State Police Command. Attached to the River State Government Task Force. Yes, a sergeant attached to River State Government Task Force. What happened was that they... let me read the account of the police as released in a press statement by the police public relations officer. And this happened this evening. We have a guest on the line, Enefa Georgewiil, who is the chairman of the River State Civil Societies Organization. Let's get to that message or that statement by the police public relations officer. I'll read it. It says, death of a woman sergeant. The River State Police Command regrets to announce the death of Sergeant, Warrant Sergeant, I think, Lovenda Elekwachi, who until her untimely death was serving at the ENEKA division and was posted to the ENEKA roundabout on traffic issues. The late woman sergeant was shot while controlling traffic by Sergeant Beatrice Ozaya, attached to the operations department of the command. Meanwhile, the sergeant, who is said to be attached to the River State Task Force on Decongestion, has been arrested, disarmed, and undergoing orderly room trial. 2 other members of the task force have also been arrested and are being questioned. The Hilux vehicle belonging to the task force has been impounded and the corpse of the woman sergeant deposited in the mortuary. The Commissioner of Police has ordered an investigation into the matter with a view to unraveling the circumstances that led to her death, and has appealed for calm pending the outcome of the investigation, promising that the interests of justice must be served in this circumstance. This is signed by the police public relations officer. We still have Enefa Georgewiil, civil society activist, on the phone from somewhere in Port Harcourt. We want to read some of your messages before we get back to our guest Enefa. Francis Roca, thank you very much for your message. Prince Chidi says, my brother, good evening. Tell that. Okay, I don't understand your message anyway. Bamidele Oloyede says, it's so sad if the market women that matter are accidentally discharged, but now I want to hear another English. Okay. Leonard Umike says, a test case for the New River CP. Some would argue that this is not a test case because it involves a police officer, and we would never really know until there's something, God forbid, that involves a civilian. Okay, Leonard, thanks for your message. Roland Ogundu says that the entire state still thinks the pandemic is a joke. We don't need guns to fight coronavirus. We need vaccines, but until that is developed, we need everyone to obey the instructions of the scientists. Social distancing and self-isolation where necessary, a regular hand wash and intermittent use of sanitizers. Enlightenment is not enough. The average man on the street still thinks it's a joke. We may have no choice than to introduce fear. And therefore, this is another angle that Roland Ogundu, who is watching us on Facebook, is bringing in, that people still think it's a joke, and that's why we have people trying to open their markets to sell their wares.
No, I think it's not totally correct. Okay. He's correct by half.
And he said we'll only respond to fear.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
See, it is true. It is true that some persons, especially within the hinterland, don't take this thing as serious as possible. And of course there are factors to it. One, they feel that it is not true that it is scam by government. Government has, with respect to government at all levels, they have played themselves in a way that citizens have lost confidence in most of them. So when they do things, like when you hear about citizens started burning mysteriously, this one started burning, this, you stay at state level, they bring out money, you call for accountability, they call you names. So people, these people who don't, So when there are this secrecy, and so people, that's the first phase. The second phase is that people genuinely think too, this thing is overhyped. And it's not even local, even international. There are people who feel that it is overhyped. So but there is another angle to it which is not measured, so it's honest by half.
Oh, what?
No, people just feel that this one
The
man
hard
of
man.
the people. Yes, I no get. You understand?
Okay.
But you know that even me, if I show you my inbox from Facebook alone, let me know. Let me stream of four. So maybe I have asked you, Kofi, can you withstand the lockdown inside you? Let's leave others. Me, I cannot. So despite the fact that I have other businesses that I can. If you keep me in the house for 3 months, you will finish me. You understand? But the only way I can get money, but if you keep me outside, I can get huge amount of money. You understand? That is how bad. I knew that is talking. I am better than the people. I am better than he long from me. I reach Asorok. So sorry for that local balance. That is how bad our situation is. Many our politicians are pretending. They know. You know why I say they know? If they can share 2 packs of Indomie and some place cooked rice to our people. That is how they measure our people. In some places, cooked rice they share. In some places, 2 packs of Indomie. Some places, so they know that our people are asking report. What is that?
So, but I mean, we understand all this, Enefa. I read an article today in the papers where a group of civil society organizations around Nigeria, I think 77 or 71 of them, are calling on the federal government to end the shutdown all over the country because people are struggling to survive. I don't know if this call is a smart one, bearing in mind the fact that we have not even peaked as far as coronavirus in Nigeria is concerned, and bearing in mind that community transmission of the disease is in its early stages and is about to pick up in the coming days. So, I mean, what's the way forward? Are we going to just go out and die? Because stay at home is the word. Stay at home is the word. Stay at home is the best way to attack the coronavirus.
Our government should wake up and roll the policy. Our government should begin to roll out 3 months policies that will grow things like potato. Potato can run in 3 months.
Okay.
Involve people, pay them. And again, a lot of campaign. Right now, the media are open. If you meet them and you run steady campaign, they will give you a subsidized rate because everybody is affected. Even the media man is affected. So they will give you run step of 4. People, you know that all these things were even talking. If you go to our hinterlands, especially this Ribara area, people don't even know. The only thing, what made them to know is that those companies they share. That is why people. So there is people know this deep government policy on orientating the people. That is one side. Secondly, we only think that government should roll out short programs. Get experts. There are experts everywhere. Kofi, you know, the current Nigerian leadership at all levels don't like.
So should the lockdown be relaxed so people can eat? Whilst we transmit the disease from one person to the other, because you're saying that it's hunger. Come again.
Have you been between the devil and the Red Sea?
Many times, Enefa. Many times.
Yeah. See, Kofi Bartels. For that is the position of civil society.
I'm not saying. I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the position of national. And as a loyal member of such a community, I won't come out publicly to castigate something possibly. I don't want to possibly that maybe my attention was called and somebody represented me somewhere or somebody from my coalition had endorsed that I come out. But I think that, in my opinion, is that I also give my opinion, personal opinion, so that nobody says Georgewiil is scattering. I don't think you get my point. My opinion is this. We don't have the facility as of today to allow people to come out. We don't have it. Forget all the noise and the shouting. However, if you keep people in the house in the next 2 weeks to 1 month, Kofi Bartels, even if people don't fall down and die, the unrelated ailment you are going to have will be unimaginable. So, moving forward, my solution is this. While government is going on with orientation, government should do well not to be so hard on the citizens. Change them to their houses. If you change them to their houses, you understand,
it seems easy to do, Enefa. You and I know how many times government has embarked. Let's just limit it to River State. You and I know how many times government has embarked on several operations. Leave the road, and people will not just leave the road. like one of our listeners, and if one of our listeners is insinuating here and threats.
Do you know the level of fear Nigeria has for police? See, if one policeman, if Korofo, maybe he's not even a policeman, he just impersonate and wear that uniform.
Okay.
You see everybody around that area who want to give him, if there's one that takes beer, they want to give him beer. The girls will all be smiling, so that they don't fall in his bad book. Even the ones who don't like him, who don't want to be in his bad book, they are related to the police and citizens. See, let me tell you, Nigerians don't even like going to police. 90% of Nigerians don't even want to near police station. They don't want to near. I'm not talking about that. They are right. They did something with somebody. They are right. Tell them, let's go to police station. You are right.
Okay.
You are right. You are right. So, but we can run short agricultural projects. And we expect everything would have started since. What are they waiting for? Someone is saying that they have to bring we have to wait. When the thing has killed us finish, when are we waiting? When something that started since December, it became it got to a serious level of by January. By February, everywhere is in chaos. It is where you want to. They should do, not want to. So it's a short program. There are things that go under 3 months. And when you are orientated able to stay at home, you tell them too that we are growing certain species of items. Please arrange your mind to eat those items for now.
Okay.
You grow them 3 shops. There are even leaves that can grow under 1 month. Because some of them can even be promoted to grow faster. We need to stay alive.
All right. So you're saying the best way to address this is to get to the land, get into agriculture, and get people planting. Enefa, let's read a message here. This one is sent in by Ima Hari, who says, shall this type of killing continue in our society? I cannot allow this anymore. My patience is overstretched. No need to wait till infinity for Nadi and Frank Mba. Okay, I think Nnamdi Omoni is who we are talking about, and Frank Mba, the spokesman of the police in River State and in the federal level, to tell us the outcome of the investigation, as I as an individual need justice today and tomorrow. Thank you very much. Prince Shiri says, you are talking about Europe, my brother. Today I'm in lockdown here. You can't go. You can't. Oh, okay. Prince Shiri, I think he's referring to you, Enefa. He says you're talking about Europe. It says today, I'm in lockdown here. You can go outside and get something. That's Europe. I think you mentioned that. I think he's listening to us from somewhere in Europe. Prince Shiri, I hope you're all safe there. Thanks for your time. Mianye Crack Commander says it's a pity the lady died this way. Pererich Ogori says sad one. Prince Shiri says every time Nigeria police is killing people, why? My brother, itaya mio. Today I saw in the papers in the morning, a student in one of the Nigerian universities committed suicide because of harassment by SARS officers. He was tired of it and he killed himself. It was in the Punch. Really sad. Kiola Victor says dog doesn't eat dog, they say, but this very bad dog has eaten one of their own. Let's see what the new CP will do about this ugly and shameful incident. Bina Puga Ogori says, must they be in the news for the wrong reasons all the time? He says that policeman should be fished out and made to face the music immediately. Miye Commander says the story of this task force is very sad. If you stop them on patrol and search the vehicle, you'll see all sorts of weapons. Engineer Bright, a KCUB, thanks for your message. Superb Ihoma Ekpe says, I feel saddened by this news. This task force should be disbanded since the traffic situation in the state has greatly reduced. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. It says, I saw one of the teams around Elekahia 3 days ago almost beating a taxi driver to stupor. Really sad. Tarila Francis, good evening to you. Tarila says, you see these task force, the governor recruited, many of them are cultists, some are ex-convicts. If you see them on the street, you spit on them. I call them hungry lions. I don't know about that. We can't sit down here and say all of them are, cultists, and I don't think it's right. But if you're any, well, that's unfortunate. Charila, thanks for your message. Thank you very much. That's a sad one. Really sad. Osisiogu Christian Uchem, and I don't think the governor maybe recruited them himself. I don't know. The law enforcement agency says should be tested for psychological trauma and drug addiction to curtail this incessant killing of innocent citizens and their fellow core. Georgewiil, Peter says this country is a mess. Okay. Ogochukwu says Prince Heritage Jr. I don't think it's right to say a fellow citizen with the right to an opinion. Okay, this is someone replying to someone. Okay. All right. Chi Nedu Osuji says it has all along been a question of when, not if, an atrocity like this was going to occur. The last time something like this happened, it was an elderly Malam that sells dollars at the Hotel Presidential that got killed allegedly by the same task force. Shame. I think they came out to deny it as well. Chima Onyebuchi says very bad. Moses Ni Emmanuel says I'm watching from Elijiji Avenue, Kofi. It's because of the police woman. It's because the police woman is involved. If it is an ordinary civilian, the next thing you hear. Sorry about that, Enefa. The next thing you hear. Okay, the next thing you hear from them is we're investigating the matter. May God help us. Moses Ayola, thanks for your time. Yantola, rather. Thanks for your time. God's Peter says, I think we need to do something about this. George Iloka says, hope say na Sergeant Rose. Enefa, did you hear that? This is not fair. So hope say na Sergeant Rose. Oh my brother. Don't wish death on anyone, please. Don't wish death on anyone. Chika Onyegiri says that area should expect Governor Wike's total and indefinite curfew any time from now as a form of punishment for giving his task force a bad image. Thank God for the swift response of the new CP in arresting the culprits. The new CP is starting well, but I will only applaud him the moment he opens Chima and the Coco Fives case file. Task force every time. Okay. Enefa, you said the new CP has said, oh, he will work with the human rights community, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Why hasn't he touched the Chima case till now? Why hasn't he said, I've heard about this thing, it's a big case, we want to look into it till now? Because we're used to the pattern of the police protecting their own. And some would say this particular one that you are shouting uhuru about is still the police protecting their own.
Yeah.
And maybe we shouldn't celebrate just yet.
Well, I must say that you have a very salient point. The city would have immediately, that it has been one of the flashpoint cases. Even though, of course, this is the first time he just, I think from what our friends who are journalists said, he's an impromptu call the first time. But today, he did the full. I think that we expect that the state, simply down the in Kama, that is near Delhi killing. You understand? So there is near Delhi killing, so we expect such a city in any person, to begin to. That's why I said that if he dash the hope of some of us, he would. In the local part, will say he will collect. You understand? So we think that he just came in and just that same. If what he met on ground was a chaos, I can sit up to
okay.
Mostly unreported. People are dying. So, and of course, I see piracy and what have you. If you monitor the news, I feel things today. You hear people complaining about sea pirates and what have you. So we think that we should, while it is slow, which is not so good, we have addressed reversible today formally.
Okay.
We'll see
have you or any of those in civil society written to him? This is how many days since he came in. Has any letter been written to him to tell him this is the situation on the ground? Do something about it.
Yeah, I think such a letter has been written, but to be fair to
the new CP,
it has not been. Yes, it has been written but not transmitted.
Okay.
It has because we have a lot of things happening in River State. Just that the journalist was attacked at the Ikoku. Just by the day, one story, one wahala. So I think I just have an advice for the River people. I think that it should be happy for some of us who are critical of him. It is not because we hate him. We want the death of him. That is the hallmark of civil society all over the world. Not singing. The hallmark of civil society is to name, shame, and praise where necessary. We want to a quick one. The governor should liaise with any relevant agency to provide testing kits. The governor should declare to us where the isolation centers are in Rivers, apart from ENEKA that was funded by a private investor.
Mm-hmm.
You want, I mean, alone has two.
All right, so we'll look for a day since you raised it now. We'll look for a day to address this particular issue with you.
Yeah.
But a message sent in by Ogochukwudua reads, it's sad, despite the public's view and, of course, record of the police when handling public unrest, it's just okay to give the new CP the benefit of the doubt. If the steps taken already is the right thing to do, then it's okay. Just maybe encouraging and applauding the CP on the steps taken so far will encourage the CP to do the needful when it's called for. Miriam Matthew Adeloje says, Nawa for police safe. Ezioka Chukuma says, if people begin to die during lockdown, what happens when it is lifted? Nigeria is a failed state, and these are the signs. I wish those who still believe in Nigeria can rise up now. Good luck to them. If not, Nigeria won't last one more year. Chinedu Suji says, poor woman, could it be that the innocent blood of Chima Ikunodo is beginning to speak against River State Police? I don't think so. This is an innocent woman who was pleading with the task force on behalf of those who were selling and who they were trying to arrest. Oh, man, really sad. Kenneth Nwokorie says, every negligence has its consequences. Inse Abasi says, good evening. May God bless you. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Temidayo Emmanuel Olajide, where have you been today? Says, good evening. My sincere condolences to the family of the policewoman. It's so unfortunate this kind of incident or act happened in the hands of Justice Street Task Force. I think the new CP Joseph should do the needful. Justice for the death of the woman police officer, and Governor Wike should cancel the Street Task Force for now until the coronavirus is over. They also should be observing the lockdown in their house. The most important needs from government now is the boundary closure or the border closure. All right, thank you. Chinedu Osuji says that this should be a foretaste of the sort of anarchy to expect from the new set of task force Wike plans to post to the borders. Hezekiah Henry says, I shed tears seeing that officer lying lifeless. God help us in this country. Tarila Francis says, I have a report. Some group of persons are going about collecting light bill. Are we supposed to pay light bill in this lockdown? Well, for now, yes. It's not been you have to pay your light bill. That's all I can say. It's quite unfortunate what's happened in Enefa. It's really sad. Like someone said, to see the lifeless body of that police officer, and to hear from somebody who was at the scene of the incident that lady was pleading on behalf of the traders there, with the task force officials, is really sad. And Enefa, at a point, those who had been killed by security officers, officials in Nigeria were more than those, because of lockdown, were more than those who had been killed by the coronavirus. You can look at the state of that young man, or the case of that young man in Delta State, amongst others. Accounted for, my brother, accounted for. It's unfortunate. What do you think accounts for the federal government seeming?
We have a very poor response. From government.
Yep.
We have a very weak institutions that almost does not work, almost controlled by anybody who is governor, anybody who is president, just control everything.
Enefa, what do you think accounts for the federal government's apparent apathy towards extrajudicial actions or excesses, let me call it that way, by security agents in the country?
I think it is pathetic. That is why some of us have argued that until we fix our politics, all this grammar we are blowing is rubbish. Until both people with character into the office of the president, people, I'm not saying people who are there are not character, but people with historic track record of character. Do you understand? It's not character when you want power, no. But people with track record. I'm not talking about giving people because you want power, you start giving people things. No. So, but I think that it is the failure of our ruling class and the way our politics is organized is the genesis of our police, if there's fixed government, most of them will not win elections. They know.
Okay.
So they deliberately, the IG openly said it once that the resources available to the police cannot fund fuel.
Okay.
You had that, right?
Yeah.
That is appalling.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you think it's a mistake? Meanwhile, this is the same government that gives 37 billion naira to renovate House of Assembly, one of the finest in Africa. One of the finest parliaments we have in Africa. The people we are giving 37. We are not talking about other benefits. We are telling you to renovate. Going to the arena of speculation. But if you want to take what speculations you even say, you begin to link the dots of several cover-ups that is going on. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say that Nigeria, that the problem is politics. To fix this country is in politics. Nobody should deceive you. The day we have a man that has the yearning that can use his own personal money to fight a cause, that can the man we are able to get a man that can solve a matter in theory. When you ask him, how do you grow our economy? He will tell you, see, I'm going to invest in XYZ plant. That plant will give you cocoa. That plant will give you cream. That plant will give you body lotion. That plant will give you sponge. That plant will give you practically. Okay, after that, what is the next? He tells you, okay, for our government, I'm going to assemble and reconfigure how we operate. Anybody who cannot solve it in Federal, tell you, when I come, I'll bring federalism. When I come, I will build road. When I come, I will give students money. Yes, that. You tell people that you should listen to the manifestos of men. When a man tells you he's going to give money to university, you ask him, what will be the result of that money you are giving to the university? The man should be able to tell you that, see, by the time I give this money, I'm going to keep special grants for lecturer. You get me? Especially chemistry and physics. They're going to invest so much in chemistry, physics, and computer that the world is going metaphysics. The world is going to artificial intelligence. They're going to invest money heavily. When we invest the money, in 4 years' time, these lecturers we have given this training will impact on thousands. When they come, practically look at what they are going to do. They are going to set up an industrial.
Okay, we don't want to go into details because of time.
No, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but I mean, I believe those who are listening, on YouTube and Facebook all around the world, really sincerely agree with you. And we've done an hour and 10 minutes. It's been very thrilling conversation. I just want to read a few comments on the first live stream that we started before we are done. Okay, this one was sent in by Anayo Jasper, who says Nigeria Police needs reorientation, and retraining. You can't scare a crowd of people with sporadic shooting. It's uncalled for and unprofessional in the highest order. I pity the victim. So rest in peace. Amen. Prince Saroka Nzidi says, no matter what happens, it's so painful. May the soul of the deceased rest in peace. Oja Moses Armstrong says, this is very sad, lawless country. David Emmanuel says, it is an unfortunate incident. May his soul rest in peace. But may Kayla never rest in peace until justice is served. Prince Elemuan says, I once said this, that some of these so-called task force cultists so painful. Well, thankfully you said some, not all. Chima Wisdom says, police kill police, case end, let the dead bury the dead, let them feel the taste of their own pill. But come on, you never know. You don't know that woman. You don't know whether she, who she was. We can't judge from afar. Richard Econom says, honestly, our police officers are disappointing us, and they don't know when and how to use their guns. Chizino Emmanuel says, it's very sad indeed. How did it happen? May her soul rest in peace. Droja Emi says, I don't understand this. So why will the sergeant kill the woman? This is wickedness. So Eko Profo says, that is good. Promise Ulu asks him, are you okay? And then they start insulting themselves on Facebook. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Taudu Teres says, may her gentle soul rest in peace. Malaki Iswekwe says, so sad, it's a pity. Afar Barnabas says, it's so bad. And we have Samuel Chukemeka says, okay, Samuel, where you are is where I am. Massa Bright, thank you very much. All the messages, thank you very much. Joel Lukbana Heaven, Very long message. I want to thank you very much as well. Enefa, we have to go. It's
Final
unfortunate.
word.
Yeah, one last word from you before we go, Enefa Georgewiil.
The Commissioner of Police should know that he's on trial. He should know that he's on trial. We are engaging. The government of the should please invite citizen leaders across board, intellectuals, bring them. See, this type